Hey, everybody, thanks for checking in. Hop Sauce coming at you. Look, things don't feel great right now. I know nobody wants to hear this, and trust me, including myself. Uh, nobody wants to. Holding cash is a position, okay, that I've learned, but it feels very uncomfortable. That's why I've been really focusing on researching companies outside of the AI sector, but even then. I had the fortune, I spoke to a very well known YouTuber and economic expert this morning who was kind of he was solidifying some of the feelings that I'm having right now. And look, you got to remove emotion, right, in the markets. We know that, but we're human. So, look, the AI stocks are crowded. Crypto's pulling back, which, I'm going to show you a chart. Bitcoin has generally been a catalyst on the bigger moves in the market. Okay, looking at the technicals on that. But his message was pretty much like, this type of market, it sounds boring and it's horrible, but Treasury bonds. Okay, you get that 3.5%. Instead of just having your money sit in your account, you can look at some short-term Treasury bonds. Patience. Okay, my message today, people, is not to sell everything, especially if you're underwater. I hold things until they turn green. Okay, nobody knows the timing. Nobody knows the timing when this thing's going to dump, but it is going to. Okay, so cash might not be a bad position right now. This conversation this morning really helped me because I've been deploying safer things, but guess what? I found out it might not be that safe. Names like Procter and Gamble, some of the pharmaceuticals and things seem safe and recession proof. We don't know 100%. Okay, let's look at the Bitcoin chart so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, these are the daily candles here, and let me just scoot them back. This is way back, July 2024 back here, trading around, that's back when it was like $25,000 Bitcoin, which is not that long ago. When you look at that date, that's not that far back. Sorry, July 23rd. Okay, and so I'm just going to scroll in so we can get a little closer time frame. Daily candles is what we're looking at right now. Okay, this downward trend started in January of this year here in 26, and you can kind of see how it just kind of came down, consolidating. We had some move up, but let me zoom in a little bit and just show you what my current concern is. We kind of came up here and we're recovering around that 82, 83 in May. This is May 11. Since then, take a look at this. So we got around, I'm going to put the 83 here. Day by day, we are closing it at a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. These are the highs that are closing. I'll just put my mark right here. Everything has been a lower high in the closing. Okay, and at the same time, we can come down this way and lower low, lower low, lower low. Get my little thing here. Lower low, lower low, lower low. So it's a downward trend for this last month. Bitcoin has led some of this discussion multiple times as far as the bigger market. Okay, it's a risk-on asset class. The other day I was talking about how we're hitting all-time highs in the stock market, which could potentially see a rotation in allocations with investors moving into a risk-on environment, but it's not happening. So it's just really confusing on where exactly we're at. While we're at it, let's look at the XRP chart. Okay, now the XRP chart, and this is March back here, we had this steep decline that kind of found some support here on February 13th. And then we're just moving sideways in between that 130 to the 150. Now, this is a critical time for you XRP holders right now. This is a critical time in these markets to where This 130 lying in the sand is a big deal. What's the next level? If we start continuing, look at this trend line goes way back. That trend line that I've got drawn here goes way back into, I think it was the first of the year. Since July 25, XRP is in a downward trend the entire time, and it got steeper right here before this consolidation zone. So, but that's what I was talking about. That 130 right here. The next level below that, I mean, there is no level right here. It's way down here. I mean, we could be going under $1. See this here? If we break that 130, these aren't levels. Okay, that was a straight pump. We can't use that as a support level. I mean, look, the top of that support would be like 66 cents, and then down to, down here 39 cents. So like 39 to 66 is kind of like another consolidation zone down there. I'll tell you what, I'll be buying if we get down there, but that's where we're at, people. It's crazy because the retail investors are getting all hyped up. And honestly, like the SpaceX IPO does not make sense, people. This is another thing where these massive companies, they're dumping onto the retail investors to bring in that capital, okay? And I'm telling you, these AI companies are just dumping money, and the business models don't seem sustainable. I mean, how much are you going to pay a month for a subscription for some Chat GPT or whatever? It's the numbers don't work out in terms of how many billions they're spending for these data centers and the controversy behind it. So it's one of those things. It's very not the same, but has some similarities to the dot-com bubble. All the experts are saying, okay, and I'm sorry I'm bringing this information. You can disagree all you want, but start poking around and looking at the guys that know what they're talking about, okay? I don't sit here and try to make up my own conclusions and, I think and be some kind of expert just because I'm doing well and getting some decent percentages in my trades, but stay on the edge of your seat. Look at what the true experts are saying. This message I'm sending here, do your own research. Make sure you're not buying things that have these forward PE ratios that are insane. So many companies are overvalued right now. And even when you're looking for the lower valuations, it doesn't mean it can't go lower. So just be very greedy with your money in terms of not losing your trades. Okay, I'm not saying tithing is an important thing to do in life. I'm not saying that. I'm saying with the moves you make with your money. I'm speaking to myself. Hopefully the message is getting through to you guys. I appreciate that. If you would, please give me that thumbs up. We're just going to go one day at a time. Keep it going. Keep it going, everybody. All right, thanks for checking in. Peace out.